Joining us right now, Marcia MacQuarrie is here. She is with the Noise on Toys. I need to ask you right away, Marcia, is there lots of noise when it comes to playing with board games?
Yeah, people cheering and ooping and awing and
getting excited.
Yeah.
That's why you're called the Noise on Toys. First of all, because you're the noise, like you tell people what toys are good. Yeah, because they usually when they make a lot of noise, that means they're good toys.
Yeah, well,
people
they're very interesting and people get very engaged by them.
Just quickly, how long has the Noise on Toys been around for at this point?
Boy, about 10 years now,
10
I think.
years.
Yeah.
So a decade of telling households, families.
And then before that, we did it with Today's Parent.
Okay, so you know your stuff about toys.
It kind of overlaps a bit.
That's good. This segment, so you're on for 2 segments. Later on, we'll be talking about puzzles, brain teasers, but right now we've got board games.
Board games.
I don't want to take up too much time here talking, because you've got some pretty cool games, and you've worked hard setting this stuff up for us.
Okay.
Where do you want to begin?
Either way, we can start over there with you.
Over here?
Dreams.
Dreams.
Very interesting game. It's the most abstract game I've ever seen. Now, if you can see the pictures down there, the idea is you try to visualize those pictures as if they were a constellation.
Okay.
Right? And so that's what the little stars are, the little pieces of shiny plastic there.
Okay, these are
so everybody has 3 stars, and you take turns placing them to make the constellation. Now, the trick is that there would be, normally I've got 6 there just to show them, but there'd be 4 cards.
Okay.
And there's a mechanism that there's more pieces to this where it would determine that with the 4 players, one person is going to be the mortal and not know which picture we're trying to build.
Oh,
all right. So the idea is you're trying to build the picture, but you're also trying to figure out who doesn't know what they're doing.
That's new. So how new would this game be?
That's pretty recent. I would say some like fall this year.
And it's out now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Dreams. Love that. King Domino?
King Domino, again, new this year, but out last spring.
Okay.
And you're trying to build your 5x5 domino grid with landscapes on it.
Okay.
Right? And you start by, these are all different people, and what we like about the mechanism with this is that the lower number cards are more plain, they're not as good a card for you, so that you're placed here. When it comes time, the person in the first position didn't get the greatest card, so they go first, and they take this and they try and add it to their grid, but they get to pick next, and they're likely going to take the 44 because that is a higher number.
Okay.
And then you're doing that, and for scoring, it depends on how much land you have that's all connected that's the same land, and you get points based on that.
Okay, so what would the age range be for this? For
8+.
8+. Sorry, I didn't ask you about Dreams, so is that more of a...
I think that's an 8+ as well.
Okay.
Maybe
10+.
wrong.
I think I see 10+.
Okay, 10+, you're right.
But that's okay. So we're looking at kids' games for the most part, but adults, parents can enjoy these games for sure.
And we have some, I don't know if they're out right now, we have some for younger kids as well.
Okay, sure. Go Nuts for Donuts. I like the name of that one.
Yeah.
It's
a lot like one that Game Right did a couple of years ago, the Sushi Go, in the sense that you've got each of the different types of donuts has its own power, but the game mechanics are a bit different. Okay. So you can play it more than this. We've got it set up for a 3-player game, or 4-player game, I guess. But the idea for it is that you have everybody has their own set of bidding cards, and so you're going to secretly decide which of those cards you want. But some of the more good cards, other people might be bidding. So you would then pick one of your numbers, 1 to 4, and you would put it down in front of you, and everybody reveals it at the same time. And if more than one person wants the card, nobody gets it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're adding it to your hand. So that's the basic. Oh, and one of the things that's great about this game too, I don't know if we can see this, but I'll put it down here. The cards are all color coded. So when you look at a deck, if you're playing with 2 people, you would just take the green cards.
Okay.
If you're playing with 3, it's very easy just to grab them, and then you've got the deck to play with. So
nice.
It's constructed very easily to for the different number of people that are playing.
Is that game designed to make you hungry? Because I'm hungry just thinking about Go Nuts for Donuts, and I'm looking at Claire's Red Velvet.
Snack on donuts while you're playing it.
Fair enough. Code names.
Code names. Okay, we have a quick one for the tree trunk.
Did we pass? I didn't notice that one.
It's fine. This one here, it's hilarious. It's a great game. And depending on the type of card, you're going to either slam it or place it, or there's rules as to how you put it on there. And you try not to make the trees fall off.
And what's that one called?
That one is Tumble Tree.
Tumble Tree.
I don't have the name of it. Code names. Oops. You have, again, this is another one. You're trying to figure out who the spies are in your group. So you have a spy master, you're in partners, and you normally would have a 5x5 grid of code names for operatives. Okay. Some of them will be for the red team, and some of them will be for the blue team, and one of them will be an assassin. The 2 spy masters will be able to see this, and that is the grid of where the red and blue teams are. So their job is to come up with a a word that will make people think. Like you might want to go for witch, and it might be like Halloween or something.
Okay.
But the idea is to try and do more than one at the same time with the same one word, and try and okay.
Right. If you like James Bond, I guess that's the kind of
right. There you go.
Archer. Okay.
Truck off.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What?
Truck off.
Okay.
Truck off. I was being polite.
Just checking, because we have rules around here.
I know.
Yeah.
This one is food trucks, and there are 6 venues. And what's interesting about them, they've made them more or less attractive depending on how many sides there are to the die. Because when it comes time to figure out what the revenue will be, you'll roll them, and so that would give you $2. That would give you the $1, and so on all the way up. So you have a truck. Everybody has a truck. They have a fleet of trucks, and you're going to send 2 of your trucks out. Now each of them are on. You have enough for each of them, and you have they've got the number of the venue on them. So what you do is you decide against, similar to the Go Nuts for Donuts, you would put down which 2 venues you want, and everybody would reel at the same time.
Okay.
So it may be that you get 3 or 4 people at the 20, which they have to split the revenue.
Interesting.
Whatever it rolls out to be. And then beyond that, that's the basic premise. There's all these cards here that give you powers. You're played over 5 rounds, and you have to use the same deck. Everybody has the identical deck for themselves.
Okay.
You play these powers over the 5 rounds, so you want to save some for the later rounds and not use them all up at the beginning.
Okay. We only have about 45 seconds left, so let's see maybe one more.
Word spiel. And this is interesting. You play it in a big spiral. So when somebody starts a word, hot, you have to start a word with any number of those letters. Like it has to start with a T, but it could start with OT. So you might add on tab. And in this case, the next one you might want to add is Abby. So you're using two cards back.
Okay.
And it just keeps going around, and you just keep building on it.
Whew. That's a lot of information to take in. Are you amazed they're still coming up with these games? Like after all these years?
Some of the games this year, I have to say, like this one is just completely unique.
Yeah.
And we've got some more here. Photosynthesis is another one it's totally unique concept.
Okay. You're back at the end of the show. We're talking about brain teasers, puzzles, that kind of stuff. You're not going to tease my brain, though, are you? Because by the end of the show, I'm done, right? We'll see how it goes. Interesting. Coming up, Dr. Sasha Hamid joins us next on Daytime.